Hello and welcome to the Spargur Yarn Crafts channel. My name is Will Spargur. I am your host. Today is episode 53, part 5, life updates. If you are really only a yarny person or fiber related stuff, this video is just going to be personal life stuff. So if that's not what you're here for, you can go ahead and move on to your next video. I am not offended at all. I know this is not everybody's cup of tea. That's why it's a separate video. So, I don't remember any of the things that I've talked about since the last time I did any kind of life updates. I know that we talked a little bit about my anti-anxiety medication and some things in there. I thought I might have written some stuff down because I have to keep meticulous notes now. So, yeah, I think the last time I talked about anything, I mentioned that... I'm going to get a little more comfortable. I mentioned that we had taken me off of Effexor and we had taken me off of Lexapro and moved me to Effexor. Since that, we have doubled my dose. I started at 75 milligrams. I'm now at 150 milligrams. Part of the reason for the uppage was... the whole quarantine situation, being at home, things, the body reacts, I don't know how many people know this, I've been reading up on it a little bit. When there's a drastic life change, such as the stay-at-home orders that many of us have gone through, there's kind of a trauma response, even if you don't think of it as traumatic. Like, personally, my life didn't change a whole lot. I'm a homebody. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of in paradise. You mean I don't have to go anywhere? Oh, thank goodness. But even though it doesn't seem traumatic to me, my body still reacted in a trauma response because it is a change. The change of waking up and moving 2 feet to go to work instead of driving 20 minutes down the road. You know, things change and your body reacts. And even if it doesn't feel like a trauma experience, your body is still going to treat it as traumatic. And so one of the things that I noticed is that I was sleeping a lot. And I read a few things that said if you notice that you're getting tired very often during this time, that you should sleep. It's your body's way of processing a lot of what's going on. It's a trauma response. Your body wants to rest and to react to process. It wants to rest and process. So part of the reason we upped my anti-anxiety medication is because my trauma response was not being affected by the medication dosage I was on. So we upped it to allow my brain to actually process the trauma responses. Another reason is that the medication it got my head above water, but I was kind of like waterline here. And if I took a breath, like imagine your nose is sitting right above the waterline, and then you go to take a breath, you're still going to get water in your nose. And so even though I felt like I could see a different light, like I could see light and I could see, you know, the goal, I couldn't reach it. Like if one little thing happened that was more than my brain could handle, I was just going to drown again. So, you know, talking to my psychiatrist, we were like, we don't want you right above drowning. We want you floating. You know, we want you above, you know, lying on your back floating, or, you know, we want you to be able to breathe and survive. So that's another reason we upped the dosage. And I've been feeling a lot better. With that, though, is a very difficult discussion. I had to come to terms with the possibility that I am an alcoholic. I had been drinking a lot. and for all of the wrong reasons. And even though I was drinking at home, my roommates were telling me like the next day, oh, you did this, oh, you did this, oh, you did this. And I couldn't remember any of it. I mean, I'm not talking having a glass or two of wine every day. I'm talking a bottle and a half, sometimes 2 bottles of wine every day. And it was affecting the people around me. It was really harmful. It was a bad situation. It was bad. So I woke up one morning and I said, that's it. I'm done. I am done drinking. None. Like, there will be no alcohol entering my body. So we got rid of it. We tossed everything. And I am kind of overwhelmed, but happy to say that as of the upload of this video, as of the filming of this video, I am 28 days without alcohol. As of the going up, when you see this video, I will have been sober for 34. And that is a big deal for me. I don't think I have gone 34 days without alcohol since before I was legally allowed to drink. And I'm 28 right now. So in 7 years, I have not gone probably more than a few days without alcohol. So I'm proud. I am proud. Still nervous. The ultimate goal, which I think is important for anybody who's trying to kick an addiction, is to have a goal. My goal is not to give up alcohol forever. My goal is to give up alcohol until I am in a place where I can trust myself to moderate appropriately and to be responsible. Not that I wasn't responsible while I was drinking, because I was home, I wasn't going anywhere, I wasn't driving. But I mean, till I can have a glass of wine and go, I'm good. So until I can do that, I'm not going to drink. No beer, no wine, no liquor, nothing. So yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal for me. And I think the scariest part was having to even consider the fact that I was an alcoholic, or that I am an alcoholic. So the goal is moderation, but it's not a short-term goal. It's a long-term goal. I need to manage me before... I need to learn to manage my internal struggles before I try to manage external struggles that are man-made. So... and by man-made, I mean my fault. Not, somebody's being annoying. That's man-made, but I can't help other people's behavior. Just how I react to it. But, I mean, like, doing stupid stuff just because I can. Until I can learn to manage myself, I don't want to have to manage alcohol. So, but... positives of quitting alcohol. I'm sleeping better. A lot better, actually. Sleeping better. Laughing more. Losing weight. my meds are working better. I haven't had a panic attack since 4 days after making the decision to quit drinking. So I had one panic attack 4 days after quitting, and I haven't had one since. I've had moments where I felt like I was going to have one, but because I feel a little bit more in control of me, I was able to employ my coping mechanisms, and I didn't have an attack. And that's a big deal for me. That's a really big deal because I've had so much fear of panic attacks that I was afraid to do things because I was afraid it would trigger an attack. And now I don't have quite the scare that I did. I feel a little bit more free in the things that I can choose to do now, like changing my schedule last minute. I feel like I can be a little bit more spontaneous and that it's not going to cause a problem. I feel like I can take charge of certain things and that I can focus on things I haven't focused on before. It's so freeing. And then having this opportunity while being at home to just really tackle some of the things that I've missed doing, like music projects, like arranging music and practicing music and performing arrangements with me playing all the parts. I actually have a second YouTube channel nobody knows about, where there are videos of me playing things that I've arranged, and I've done so many things that I missed because I feel so much better. And I know part of it's medication, part of it's me, part of it's quitting drinking. Like, there's just so many things at play here, and it feels weird. It feels weird to be this happy with where I am because it's been such a long time since I felt like I was comfortable where I was. That's a crazy feeling. It's a crazy feeling. I don't really have another word for it. It's intense. Trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I do have a funny story. So, many of you know I have 2 dogs, Princess and Duchess, both females. Neither of them are fixed. My roommate has a dog named Duke, and her parents, who also live here, have a dog named Mikey. Mikey is a 15-year-old Chihuahua. He is not fixed, but he's also blind and has no teeth and can't really mount. Duke, on the other hand, is fixed, but he's only 3. He's an Australian Shepherd mix, so he's kind of a medium-sized dog. And so Princess was in heat a couple months ago. Well, Duchess is in heat now. And Duke, they figured out how to make it work. And I've never had dogs. 2, I've never had mating dogs, even though he's fixed. The instinct is still there. So today, I hear some whining. So I go to check on them. And Duke has mounted Duchess. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, they're just standing there. And I'm like, come here, Duchess. And nobody moves. So I go down to, move Duke, because I think he's just maybe standing over her. And so I move him, and Duchess moved with him. And I was like, oh my god, he's stuck. I didn't know. Okay, so when dogs mate, they have to stay like that due to some physical changes that need to happen. I'm not going to go into detail. You can Google it. But I didn't know. So I yelled up to Delilah, Duke is stuck inside Duchess. And she goes, what? I'm like, they're stuck together. So we had to call Carlos, her dad, down, and he's like, no, leave them like that. Leave them like that. Do not, like, just, you gotta, it'll happen on its own. Just, you gotta leave him. And it did. Oh my God. We had to wait like 10 minutes. And at one point they were trying to fight each other. And so we had to sit there because Duke kept trying to move. So we had to sit there, and she had to pet Duke and keep him from moving, and I had to pet Duchess and keep her from moving until they finally separated. Delilah and I have been laughing about this all day. Like, we had no idea. We had no idea that that's how it worked. So now we know. But we're still just like, what the heck happened? Oh, learned a lot today. Learned a lot. Oh, well, I think on that note, I'm gonna go to bed. It's actually kind of late here. Well, late for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go to bed or something. Or maybe I'll start editing, and I will see you all again. I say next week, but I don't know if I'm going to do every week. It's a lot of filming, and it's starting to get hot here, and I film in the garage. Might do every 2 weeks. I don't know. Let's see kind of what things I get done, and also because I think we're going to start moving back to our office soon. That may change some things up. So, yeah. But thank you for sticking around and watching my life updates if you did stay. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And remember to stay safe, stay healthy, and craft on. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.